Good morning, guys. How are you? Welcome to my channel. My name is Diana Kulubi, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. I know we're in the kitchen, but we are not cooking today. I'm just in a rush, so I just decided to start the video while I'm still doing whatever I'm doing. I'm preparing some caramel tea to just have before I leave. It's 7:15. I want to leave this house by 7:30, so I guess some 15 minutes to chat with you will be okay. I'm making some caramel black tea, which I really love. So guys, I wanted us to have a little chat. You know, here we talk about makeup, we cook a lot, we also talk about relationships, which has been our minute, and also faith or religion or Christianity. And it's been a minute since we chat about God here, and I just thought today I want us to talk about the Lent season. In case you're a Christian and you don't know, we're in the Lent season right now, and sorry, and I feel like as Christians don't really take this Lent period so seriously. I don't know. So the Lent period is the 40 days before Easter that we basically commemorate the 40 days that Jesus fasted in the desert and was even tempted 3 times by the devil before he was crucified, died, buried, and then of course rose again the 3rd day, which now is Easter. So actually, let's sit down. Yeah, let's fix here. Okay, where was I? Yeah, I was saying, so these 40 days before Easter are days that we call the Lent period or the Lent season, which basically we are supposed to fast, give and pray. So it's normally prayer, fasting, and almsgiving because it's a way of preparing for Easter. So I think the mistake we make, most of us make, I'm not here to judge, but I'm here to call us out. Honestly, I'm not judging, but I'm calling us out, and I'm calling myself out also. Although I try, but definitely not where I'm supposed to be or not where I would want to be. And so this period, we are supposed to be preparing for Easter. And how do we prepare for Easter? By fasting, by praying, and by giving, just so that we are ready when Christ comes, when Christ rises, we are ready to receive him because we've fasted, because we've prayed, because we've been giving, we've been doing charity work. But now the mistake I think that we make is like we are always just waiting for Easter. That long holiday is something that we really wait for because sherehe ambayo huwa imepangwa hiyo time, because it's normally from Friday to Monday. That's such a long holiday, from Good Friday to Easter Monday. So we are normally just very, ready for Easter, planning how we are going to travel, how we are going to celebrate. But what are we really celebrating if we did not prepare for Easter? You see, the same way, I really admire how Muslims come together during such times. Like their Ramadan, it's almost like Ramadan and then Eid. Although for us, for Easter, we're celebrating the rising of Jesus Christ. But for them, it's fasting, and then Eid, now they celebrate that they have finished fasting, which is more or less of what we are also supposed to be doing or what we should be doing. See how Muslims normally Ramadan, and them, they fast 30 days. From day 1 to day 30, no, it like, fululizo from day 1 to day 30. Us, we are not even required to fast every day. Like for us Catholics, we are advised to fast Wednesdays. I'm going to probably refer to Catholic a lot because I'm Catholic myself, and I'm not very familiar, born and raised Catholic all my life, so I'm not very familiar with other denominations, but we are all Christians anyway. So I admire how Muslims religiously follow through their holy month of Ramadan, and after that they celebrate Eid as they should, because the 30 days they really fasted, they really did all that, but we don't, which is really, I think, is really sad. And I think we really should pull up our socks because it's just 40 days and it's once a year for 40 days. And again, since these are 40 days, you're not even required to fast every single day. For us, we fast on Ash Wednesday. Ash Wednesday is the beginning of the Lent season, where we go to church for mass, and then the priest normally applies ash on our forehead and draws the sign of the cross. And I remember actually on Wednesday, I'm recording this video on Friday, like the day that I'm uploading, so maybe in the last minute. So anyway, so on Wednesday we went to church for the Ash Wednesday, and I remember I posted on Instagram, and someone asked me the significance of the ash on our forehead, and basically it's to remind us that from ash we came, and to ash we shall return. And I remember that day in church, the priest was just reminding us and was just telling us, wewe ringa venye unataka kuringa, dharau watu venye unataka kudharau watu, be a bad person, sin the way you want to sin, be arrogant. If you've decided that's the life you want to live, live it. But just know at the end of the day, all of us, 6 feet down, sisi sote uko chini. So yeah, that's just to remind us that from ash we came, and to ash we shall return. And it's also it does not at all mean that you're holy. Atukiona mtu ametembea na hiyo ash the whole day, it means, oh, this is the holy person I'm at the church. No. It's actually acknowledging that you're a sinner and that you need God's forgiveness and God's mercy. Because if I'm not wrong, in the Old Testament, kitambo, ash was used by people to signify that they've wronged and they want forgiveness. Walikuwa wanajimwagia majivu kwa the whole body just to signify that they're sinners. So it's basically the same thing, just to acknowledge that we're actually sinners, and we are ready for these 40 days to repent, to renew ourselves, to pray, to fast, and to give to the community. Yeah, so again, I've discussed about fasting on this channel before, and the same thing that I said applies here in these 40 days, where you don't necessarily have to fast food, but it is important to fast food because it's a way of also just connecting you with the needy, and just a way of also you feeling that you really need a God in your life. You know, sometimes when I sikia njaa, like when I'm fasting by 2 p.m., I'm probably hungry, and I just pray and tell God, and God, I know this is the devil. I'm hungry right now. I really want to put something in my stomach, but I don't want to, because, you know, I want to pull through. I want to pull through. So it's also definitely fasting from food is very, very significant. And if you can, please do. We are actually advised to maybe have, you can have one light meal in the morning. I'm not supposed to say this, but just maybe to help you understand, like I'm fasting today. So you see what I'm having in the morning now is just caramel tea. So I'm just going to have this. And then I'm going to eat next at 6 p.m. And we are told when you're fasting, also you're not supposed to be going around and telling people you're fasting. Okay, I don't think that's what I have done. Maybe that's what I've done, but I don't know. But anyway, I was just trying to give you an example. And we're also told when you're don't look dull. You see, like najua paka ka lipstick ka vizuri, don't look dull, and so that everyone outside there that thinks you're fasting and you're suffering. The priest also mentioned to us that you can fast from food, because there's a way we are supposed to be giving after this Lent period, after 40 days. Hey, time is moving. After 40 days, we are supposed to give to the poor. So to say me, like today, I'm fasting, right? So I'm not going to eat today. But on a normal day, today I would have my full breakfast. Since I'll be out there running, I'd probably grab something for lunch outside there. So I would spend a good amount of money on food. So since I'm not going to eat today, that amount of money that I would have spent, I'm going to put it aside, and then I'm going to, at the end of the 40 days, I'm going to give it to the less fortunate, to the church, to the whoever you feel to you needs your help. As long as see pesa, you know, it's something. So there's that part of fasting from food, or fasting from something that you normally buy, that would make you save money, so that money can go to the needy or the less fortunate, or just someone who is in need. You think utaona mtu ambaye kuna pay bill mahali, make sure of course it's legit, it's a legit case, you can help out somewhere. So that is where fasting from food, or fasting from something that you eat, or if you can give up something during this Lent, or if you're like a wine lover like I am, I can say for these 40 days I'm not going to have some wine. And if I normally have wine every Friday or every Saturday, that Friday or Saturday, now the next Fridays or the next Saturdays, I'm not going to drink wine. sorry, instead that money that I would have bought wine, I'm going to instead save it and give it to the less fortunate. But if you also feel like for 40 days uwezi eka hizo pesa, baadaye tu utazikula in day 13, then you can also give every single day. Like for today, tuseme leo mimi ni decide at the end of the day, this 500 or 600 or 100, whatever that I have saved, I'm going to send it to the less fortunate today. But if you can keep it for the 40 days, then you can do that. And also there are a lot of charity homes, there are a lot of people in need, people in the streets, so many people who would really I appreciate your help. So there's that, and there's also fasting from something, maybe a program or maybe social media, something like I was saying. The priest was giving us an example of Sultana, saying how people are really a fan of Sultana. I personally don't watch it, but it was just an example. Like I think it airs like at 7:30 or something. If it's something that you really like to watch, because it's a sacrifice. God loves it when you sacrifice something that we really love, just so that we spend time with him, because his sacrifice is his son. Of course, there is no other greater sacrifice than that. So sacrificing a program so that your 7:30 to 8 or 8:30, that whatever program that you like to watch is being aired, you say today I'm not going to watch this program. Instead, for these 40 days I'm not going to watch this program. Instead, at this time I'm going to spend time with God, and I'm going to pray, I'm going to worship. Instead, I'm going to listen to a preaching online, whatever it is. If you are always on Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp for 4 hours, then this time try and be there just for 2 hours, and the rest 2 hours do something that makes you connect with God. If you normally just pray for 10 minutes in a day, extend this time, and these 40 days pray for 20 minutes, these 40 days pray for 30 minutes. And of course, these 40 days we are also encouraged to be different, to change. We cannot be fasting and praying and we are the same person. You're still lying out there, you're still backbiting people, you're still cursing people. So it only makes sense also if we renew ourselves and if we become different people. And since it's 40 days, it can easily become a habit. Utajipata tu, okay, now I'm spending more time with God even after the 40 days. So it's also just a way to just instill discipline in your religious life, or in your religion, or in your faith, in your culture. So yeah, I'm just here again not to judge anyone, but to just call us out and to remind us that these 40 days are quite special. God is closer to us. Not that he's not close to us those other days, but these are days that he is closer to us. So maybe take advantage of such days. Dedicate yourself to God. Spare some time. Sacrifice some things. And yeah, sacrifice things. Help other people. Just change. Be a good person. If you feel like you lie a lot, some things, by the way, are generational curses. Unaweza jipata unadanganya sana, and then you find out your father was quite a big liar, your grandmother, your mother, and then you feel like you can't help it. But once you've realized in your head, and you're like, you know what, I really lie unnecessarily, then you just decide, you see, this 40 days I'm going to pray about, because you can decide to also pick something that you're going to pray about that you would love to change. It could be your behavior, it could be finances, it could be you want more peace of mind in your life. Whatever it is, I'll pray about it this 40 days, and I'm 100% sure God is going to surprise you, and God is going to answer you, because he says, knock, just knock, and the door shall be open unto you. So yeah, as I said, I'm just here to remind us that these 40 days is for us to prepare for Easter, not just to wait for Easter and to celebrate and to do what yet we don't even deserve to celebrate it if we did not sacrifice and suffer these 40 days. If Jesus did that for 40 days, fasted with no food, was tempted by the devil 3 times, who are we not to fast? Who are we? And also that also just reminds us that these 40 days are days that we are going to be very much tested. And being tested is not tempted, actually. So being tempted is not a bad thing, it's not a sin, but falling into temptation is where the sin comes in. So yeah, and it feels normally so good when someone tries to tempt you, or something tempting comes across and you actually avoid that temptation. You just feel like, I did that. So yeah, you know, this 40 days na utapata sherehe ina happen, utapata maforms inatokea, but you can just say no for the sake of God. Just say no for the sake of, like, say venye nimesema, I like wine and maybe I choose to sacrifice wine for these 40 days. Naweza pata next weekend someone is calling me for wine tasting, and of course that's very tempting, but since I've decided this is what I'm sacrificing, I'll just be like, no, Nah, not now, not now, not today. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys would like to give up these 40 days for the sake of spending time with God and for the sake of saving money so that you can help the poor. I'm sure it's very, very it's for a good cause. It's for a good cause, and it's very worth it. Let us deserve to spend Easter. Let us spend Easter knowing that, you know what, I'm a new person. I'm ready for Christ. Christ is alive again, and He can meet me in my new self. It's very worth it, and I'm sure it's going to be a life-changing moment for you. So I wish you a very blessed Lent, a very good Friday. Please like this video because it helps YouTube suggest it to other people, and so me getting more subscribers. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And thank you so much for being here. My name is Diana Kulubi. Bye.